Hello, it's that time of the month. It's time to do the TBR JAR picks our November reads. We had a decent last month in terms of how many books I read, though I feel the number of amazing books that I picked up was too good. Almost all books that I read were 4 stars and above, so that's amazing. And I really feel this jar helped me read some stuff which I would not have picked up otherwise, because I'm mostly a mood reader. But as you can see, I have a lot of my TBR to get through, and mood reading doesn't really help that because I just end up buying new books and reading them and forgetting my original TBR. So we're again going to be doing our TBR jar picks our November reads. Like last month, I'm going to be picking 6 prompts through which I'll pick 6 books to read in the month of November. That is not going to be my total TBR for the month of November. I do have certain books that I already want to read, like Quicksilver and Brimstone. I was waiting to read Quicksilver once Brimstone comes out because I wanted to read it in one go. I also want to read Heavenly Bodies and Fallen Stars. Heavenly Bodies has already been released and Fallen Stars comes out, I think, towards the middle of this month or end of the month. I'm not too sure. I'll put it up here. But yeah, I'm going to read those 2 books as well. So I'm going to try and include these into these prompts. I don't know how they'll work out. Let me see. Do I have anything else that I want to... Where's my phone? Okay. I also recently acquired Alchemised. Finally. That released, I think, end of September. I haven't read it yet because I wasn't able to get my hands on it. It was always sold out here in India. So I definitely want to try and get through Alchemised as well this month. I am so excited for that book. And I also will be reading God of Ruin by Rina Kent. As you know, I'm reading 1 book per month from the Legacy of God series. So this month it's going to be God of Ruin, which I'm very, very excited for. I am currently reading the Book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole. And I'm loving it. I'm like 102 pages in. And wow, why have I not read this before? This is so good. So the 4th part of this book came out last month, and it's a total 7-part series. So I'm very excited for this one. So I would probably end up finishing this. I did start this, I think, the last day of October, but we're going to count this in our November reads. And what else? We also have Hollow by the Twisted Sisters releasing this month, which I am very excited for. I love Zodiac Academy from the bottom of my heart, and I haven't read The Darkmoor Penitentiary or The Ruthless Boys of Zodiac yet, but I really want to read Hollow, so I'm going to try and include this as well. And I think, yeah, that's about it. These are the books I'm going to try and include in these prompts, but these are some of the books I do have my eye on for this month. So without further ado, let's just pick out the prompts and see what's in store for us this November. So it's time to pick prompt number 1. Let me just shake this. Okay. Prompt is book I've had for over a year. Okay, that's a good one. I've had a lot of books for more than a year and I haven't read. Okay, I think this is what comes to mind, and I've been meaning to read this as well. It's going to be The City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This is the Shadowhunter Chronicles, if I believe, and I've had this book for way more than a year. It's actually my sister's book, and she's read all these books as a child and I haven't, and I've been meaning to get to them. And a lot of my friends recommended this book to me this last month only. So I guess, I mean, I've had this book, I think, for more than 10 to 15 years now. So yeah, I think it's time that I read this series, and I'm going to start off with City of Bones. I have no idea actually what this series is about. So I'm just going to read the blurb. Clary Frey is seeing things, vampires in Brooklyn and werewolves in Manhattan. Irresistibly drawn to the Shadowhunters, a secret trio of warriors dedicated to ridding the world of demons, Clary encounters the dark side of New York City and the dangers of forbidden love. Okay. So I think there are 6 books in this series. This is the Mortal Instruments series. So I think there are 6 books in the Mortal Instruments series, and that's City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. So I do have the first 3, but I'm going to read this and see how it goes. I'm very excited for this one. I think it's high time I pick this up. So we're done with pick 1 for the month of November, and it's time to pick our second prompt. A book written by 2 or more authors. I know exactly what to pick. As I was telling you in the beginning of this video, I wanted to read Hollow, and it's written by the Twisted Sisters, Caroline Peckham and Susan Vellante. So I'm very excited to say that I am going to be picking Hollow by them for this prompt. I don't have the physical copy with me because it hasn't released yet. Let me see if I can find a blurb. Okay. It says, in a cursed forest, Ferris Creed enters the Great Hunt to win a mysterious boon, confronting Prince Bane and dangerous spirits in this spicy, dark fantasy romance. Very excited for this one, Hollow by the Twisted Sisters. I have read, as I mentioned, Zodiac Academy earlier this year, and I ate that series up. I loved it so much. I know a lot of people didn't enjoy that series, but I loved it, and I will read anything written by the Twisted Sisters. So I'm going to be picking Hollow for prompt number 2. Okay, for prompt number 3, let's see what we get. What a nice prompt. Let me just... Oh god, my hand is stuck. Oh lord. Okay, we got one. Struggle. Author you've never read. Interesting. Author I've never read. I think I know what book to pick for this prompt. As I said, I do have a couple of books already in mind. So let's see what we do have here. We have Quicksilver. We do have a couple of options. I do also have Alchemised. Okay. So there are a lot of authors apparently I've never read. I do have 3 picks with me. I have Quicksilver by Callie Hart, and I definitely will be reading this book this month. Maybe not for this prompt, but it's going to be part of the TBR because I have to read Brimstone. Okay, so let's see what this says. Ceres Fane is good at keeping secrets. No one knows about the powers she possesses, or the fact that she has been stealing from the Undying Queen's reservoirs for as long as she can remember. But a secret is like a knot. Sooner or later, it is bound to come undone. When Ceres comes face to face with death himself, she inadvertently reopens a gateway between realms and is transported to Velia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. A land of ice and snow. The Fae have always been the stuff of myth, of legend, of nightmares, but it turns out they're real. And Ceres has landed in the center of a centuries-long conflict that might just get her killed. The first of her kind to enter Velia in over 1,000 years, Ceres mistakenly binds herself to King Fisher, a handsome Fae warrior with an agenda of his own. He will use her powers to protect his people no matter what it costs him or her. Death has a name. It is Kingfisher of the Ahungate, Aegean, I don't know, we'll figure that out. His past is murky, his attitude stinks, and he's the only way Ceres is going to make it home. Interesting. It's a long book. I think it's about 609 pages. So that's option 1. Then I also have, I've been meaning to read this I got this as part of my birthday gift. It's called Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. Again, a very popular book which I have to read. So, 3 young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories dangling like roots. This is a story about hunger. 1532, Santo Domenico de la Sorry. A young girl grows up wild and willy, and Maria knows she can only ever be a pawn in men's games. So when an alluring stranger offers an alternate path, Maria makes a desperate choice. That's the story about hunger. There's a story about love. 1827 London. A young woman lives a cloistered life on her family's estate until a moment of forbidden intimacy sees her shipped off to London. Once there, a beautiful widow offers her freedom, but at what cost? Third is a story about rage. It's in 2019 Boston. College was supposed to be a fresh start. That's why Alice moved halfway across the world. Then an out of character one-night stand leaves her questioning everything. Alice throws herself into the hunt for answers and revenge. This is a story about life, how it ends and how it starts again. Interesting. So that's pick number 2. And of course we have, let me open this baby up. Still packed. Oh my god, I'm scared to open this. But this book is so pretty. Here goes. Oh my god, look at how pretty it is. Please just look at the straight edges. Wow, so pretty. I think I've fallen in love with the cover of this book only, and it's massive. It's like, how many pages? This is like over 1,000 pages. It's about 1024 pages. Interesting. So I think this is also another pick which I have to read. Let's read the back. What is it you think you're protecting in that brain of yours? The war is over, Holdfast is dead. The eternal flame extinguished, there's no one left for you to save. Once a promising alchemist, Helena Marino is now a prisoner of war and of her own mind. Her resistance friends and allies have been brutally murdered, her abilities suppressed, and the world she knew destroyed. In the aftermath of a long war, Palladia's new ruling class of corrupt guild families and depraved necromancers, whose vile undead creatures helped bring about their victory, holds Helena captive. According to resistance records, she was a healer of little importance within their ranks, but Helena has inexplicably memory loss of the months leading up to her capture, making her enemies wonder, is she truly as insignificant as she appears, or are her lost memories hiding some vital piece of the resistance final gambit? To uncover the memories buried deep within her mind, Helena is sent to the High Reef, one of the most powerful and ruthless necromancers in this new world. Trapped on his crumbling estate, Helena fights to protect her lost history and to preserve the last remaining shreds of her former self. It's just beginning. For her prison and captors have secrets of their own, secrets Helena must unearth whatever the cost. Whew. Okay, so I have to make a disclaimer. I have not read Manacled yet. So this author, she wrote a fanfiction on Harry Potter, specifically on Hermione, on Draco and Hermione. And I think it's the events that happened post the war, the final war that happens in Harry Potter. I was meaning to get to Manacled for the longest time, but I just didn't have the time. So I think I'm going to just start off with this one, since I've heard that you don't need to read Manacled to read this. It's based on that, but I think she's changed around a lot of the world and the characters to sort of publish it traditionally. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I am a big Hermione shipper. So I don't know what's going to happen in this book, but I'm definitely very excited to find out. So I think we will be picking this book for the third prompt. A book by an author that I haven't read is going to be Alchemised by Senlin Yu. That's 3 prompts done out of 6. And we've got a great lineup till now. So it's time to pick our 4th prompt. Yeah. So, 4th prompt is a friend picks a book. Okay. Who do I ask? Friend picks a book. Okay, I'm gonna message. Okay, I'm gonna ask Sahani from Quills and Covers. She also has a bookstagram, and I'm gonna ask her and tell her to recommend a book, pick a book for me. Okay, so while we wait for her to respond, I'm going to be picking my next prompt because we're efficient and we don't waste any time. So that was the 4th prompt. Now I'm picking up the 5th prompt. I don't know, I can't read that. Read a Jane Austen book. Lovely. Exactly what I needed this November. Okay. Jane Austen. I do have most of her books, and I haven't even read one. Shame on me, I know. So I think I'm gonna pick up Pride and Prejudice. We're gonna be picking up Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. The amount of years I've had this and I've not touched it is disappointing. I should be ashamed of myself, but now is a better time than any. So I think most of you would have read Pride and Prejudice. Is there a blurb here? I don't know. I think we all know what this is about. I've seen the movie and I loved the movie. So I'm definitely excited to read this one. I know it's a little bit of a tough read, but we're gonna try our best and include it in November's reading wrap-up. Okay, it's time for our 6th and final prompt. Let me just shake this around. And come on, I need a nice prompt. That's a long prompt. A book which matches the color of your outfit. Wow, big surprise. I'm wearing black. Okay, let me see. This Heavenly Bodies. What's the color of that book? Let me see. Okay, no, that's like bluish black. Would that be counted as black? I don't know. Let me see my TBR. I am already reading the Book of Asriel. Do you think I can count that as my November TBR? No, I think I'll pick another one because I'm already like 100 pages in. Okay, I think I know which one to pick. So I've got a little bit of blue, white and black. So I think this is what I'm gonna do. Yay! God of Ruin. As I said, this was already on my TBR. And I did read God of Wrath last month and I loved it. I think it was up to par with God of Malice. God of Pain I didn't enjoy that much. So I'm hoping this one is going to be good. I know it's Landon and Mia, and I weirdly obsessed with Landon. So I am definitely excited. I'm out for revenge. Mia Sokolov, mafia heiress and selective mute, holds no prisoners. But when she gives Landon King a taste of his own medicine, she quickly learns that some moves come with dangerous consequences. Landon King is a genius artist, a posh rich boy, and is now obsessed with Mia and the dark secrets she's hiding. Despite Landon's psychotic tendencies that push Mia to the edge, his obsession pulls them closer together in ways neither expected. But as Landon gets nearer to the truth about Mia's past, so do the horrors that haunt her. She may have learned to trust him, but when it all comes crashing down, will he protect her or ruin her? Definitely picking this one. My friends responded, so she's picked, and I knew this was coming. She's picked The Night and the Moth, which again, I have been meaning to read for the longest time, and I've just not been able to. So I think November is the month to be picking up my old reads and getting them ticked off the TBR. Here you go. This is The Night and the Moth. It's still packaged like the day I got it. And I'm very excited about this because I've heard such good things, but I've just not found the time to read it. So yeah, I think I will pick this up as the third book. Which one is it? Yeah, fourth. This was my fourth prompt. So the prompt was a friend picks a book. I asked Sahani and she picked The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillick for me. I've never read any book by Rachel Gillick. I think there's One Dark Window and that series which I haven't read. So excited to get into this. Sybil Delling has spent 9 years dreaming of having no dreams at all. She is a diviner. In her dreams, she receives visions from 6 unearthly figures known as omens. From them, she can predict terrible things before they occur. And lords and common folk alike travel across the kingdom of Trom's windswept moors to learn their futures by her dreams. She and her sister diviners, near the end of their service, a mysterious knight arrives at the cathedral. Rude, heretical and devilishly handsome, the knight Roderick has no respect for Sybil's visions. But when Sybil's fellow diviners begin to vanish one by one, she has no choice but to seek his help in finding them. For the world outside the cathedral's cloister is wrought with peril. Only the gods have the answer she is seeking. And as much as she'd rather avoid Roderick's dark eyes and sharp tongue, only a heretic can defeat a god. I'm afraid we've picked a lot of big books this November, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna try and finish everything off my TBR. Last month also, I think almost finished it. I started Book of Azrael. I wasn't able to finish Book of Azrael off my TBR, but I was pretty proud of my progress considering last month was so hectic. This month is also going to be hectic with a lot of work, but I'm definitely going to find the time to try and read most of these books. Let me recap this for you. The first prompt that I got was book I've had for over a year, and we picked City of Bones by Cassandra Clare for this one. Super excited for this one. The second prompt that I picked from the TBR jar was author you've never read, and for that I have picked Alchemised by Senlin Yu. The third prompt that I picked from the jar was a book written by 2 or more authors, and for that I'm going to be picking Hollow by the Twisted Sisters. Very, very excited for this one. I don't unfortunately have a physical copy at this moment since the book isn't out, but you better believe I'm going to be picking it up and reading it this month. So fourth prompt that I picked from the jar was a friend picks a book, and for that we have picked The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Very excited. I'm loving where this TBR is going. The fifth prompt that I picked was read a Jane Austen book, and we have picked Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen for this prompt. And the last prompt that we picked from the jar was a book which matches the color of your outfit, and we have picked God of Ruin by Rena Kent for that. So yeah, that's it. That's gonna be my November, not all of my November TBR. I don't know yet actually. I also, as I said, want to read a couple of other books, namely Heavenly Bodies, Fallen Stars. What else was there? Brimstone I will definitely be reading post Quicksilver. I mean, we haven't picked Quicksilver, so we will definitely be reading Quicksilver as well. I honestly don't know how much I'm going to be able to read or get through this month. It's a very heavy work month. It's a very heavy work month for me, but we're going to be optimistic and try and get through as much. And I'll keep you guys updated. See you!